Hey, I remember I watched this video by the Geography King that had a map like, this is gonna be the map of the future of the America, and all these states are gonna vote with Democrat in the future. Okay, yeah, it's inevitable that Democrats sweep the electoral college and sweep every state. Okay, just trust me, bro. Every state's gonna vote the Democrat in the future, and Republicans will have zero chance of winning. Okay, really, really, we're gonna that's not this map. Was the map which is very similar to the map that he put out. Okay, he also claims that Illinois is gonna flip red, and New York is gonna flip red, which is completely ridiculous. They were saying like Illinois is gonna flip red. I think they put out like a map like this. Okay. Oh, but the Republicans are gonna lose the South. They're gonna lose Mississippi somehow. They're gonna lose Mississippi. This is as well. I could go over to criticizing that map, and that map is completely wrong. Okay. But yeah, today we're talking about why Democrats are poised to lose the next decade. Okay. And this mostly has to do with the economy. We're not going to talk about all of the other issues, which, again, Democrats are mostly on the losing side of. This is going to be a video that mostly talks about the current economic state of America. So, yeah. So, basically, this is the, current map of the Republican Party of America. Here, we could get rid of Nebraska second. Okay. And basically, yeah, toss up 240, 303 is the, all the states that Biden won, basically. Where it is this, you know, Hawaii and DC. Okay, this is the map of 2020. Okay, Biden's approval rating is really, really bad. Civics, I think, has him at negative 45. The election mafia has him at 40. Negative 4, at 40. Okay, which is still one of the lowest approval ratings. It's the most polls have his approval rating below Trump, and have Trump's approval higher than Biden's, which is the most ironic thing in the world. I know a lot of people who disapprove of Biden are not going to vote Trump for a time. They might vote DeSantis, but they probably might not. But they might probably not vote for Trump. They probably might vote for a party. But a majority of them probably will, because they say, "Oh, I'm not gonna vote for Biden. He's the one that made the economy horrible." They're gonna say, "Oh yeah, I remember Trump's economy, which was much better than Biden's economy." We all know that's just the truth. Okay, you know, inflation. You have the higher grocery prices now. Everything everywhere is more expensive. If you look at the business, you probably gain less business because nobody wants to go anywhere because everything is more expensive because of Joe Biden. Okay, and people say, but it isn't Joe Biden's fault. It's Ukraine. No, no, no. Inflation was always going up before Ukraine. Okay, don't use the argument that it's Ukraine. No, it's not Ukraine. It's Joe Biden. Okay, he's the one, and it's really not really Joe Biden. It's really the government. They kept printing millions of dollars, and they did nothing about it. They did nothing to fix it. Joe Biden did nothing to fix it. And yeah, and people say, but Trump didn't do anything. But Trump, Trump was doing things to fix it. But Biden decided to say, you know what, screw you. We're not gonna do anything like Obama did. Okay, they shut down the pipelines as well, which is gonna probably make and the energy crisis is another problem that people are going to be facing. Heck, this video might not upload if the power randomly shuts off because of the energy crisis. Yep, because they said 100 million Americans could be without power because of the energy crisis. Okay, and now we're going over, and then, yeah, we're going to go over a bit into the primaries so far, and thus political trends. So political trends alone accounts for Wisconsin flipping. Okay, As we all know, despite Wisconsin voting for Biden, Wisconsin technically trended right to the country. Okay, despite, narrowly waiting for Biden, okay, I think Wisconsin is done for Democrats, okay? Wisconsin, and, next 2024 to go, Wisconsin could probably, unless it's a Great Depression, which there was actually a chance of that happening, but it's most likely this could be another recession like 2008 to 2009. Well, Wisconsin is not going to be voting for Joe Biden again. Okay, they're not going to be voting for Joe Biden again. Okay, that's a fluke. Okay, that was basically the most fluke of flukes of all time. Okay, yeah, Wisconsin is a very demographically favorable country, state, and unlike the Northeast, which is too busy being, a Bernie bro area, well, Wisconsin, I think, is a state that is gonna probably be a state that is in the permanent Republican column until something changes with the Democratic Party, because of course the Democratic Party is just dropping the ball on like every issue, especially the economy. But I think the economy in the midterms is the most important issue. Democrats would like to bring up two other main key issues, but they're not as important as the economy, and I think most people know that, okay? And let's just go over back to 2008, okay? So this is the 2008 presidential election. Not too good for Republicans, okay? And this was, of course, in the recession under Bush, okay? Under Bush, basically. This was the recession, which the recession peaked in 2008. And we're entering one with Joe Biden, okay? Obama won 2 terms because of this recession, okay? And the recession, unless the Democrats, get a serious candidate together, which, knowing them, they probably won't, okay? The only reason why Republicans were able to get back despite the recession, despite people remembering the recession, is because of Trump. It is solely because of Trump, okay? And, Trump basically said, hey, vote for me, okay? Because, I'm gonna make the economy better. I'm gonna do stuff to make the economy better, which he did. Okay? And then 2020, Trump didn't win again because of the COVID thing. Okay? Which was another type of recession. But COVID will basically be an afterthought compared to Joe Biden's recession. Okay? Under COVID, there was no inflation. Under COVID, there was, there is a total and complete economic collapse. Okay? There was a complete and utter economic collapse happening under Biden. We're going to head to a second recession. Okay? The COVID recession already happened. Okay? So we're going to go into a recession after a recession. Okay? That's basically what's going to be, happening. Okay? And the party who is in power is going to lose, as we all know, over the next 10 years. Okay? And Trumpism is going to make, maybe even the next 20 years, but I'm not going to go over 20 years, so the next 10 years. So until probably 2046. Okay, Doug Mastriano, he's going to probably become the governor of Pennsylvania, and, he's going to probably turn the state into a safe red state, okay? It's going to probably become the next Ohio. It's going to probably, probably by 2042, 2046, it'll be for R+8, R+9, probably likely Republican. Okay, not safe Republican, but likely Republican like North Carolina unless North Carolina gets like a DeSantis type governor or Mastriano type. Because I don't think that Mastriano is probably guaranteed to win. Because, the midterms, which historically in the midterms, the opposite party typically gains in everything. Okay, this happened in 2010 and 2014 under Obama, 2018 under Trump, and it'll probably happen it's guaranteed to happen in 2022. Okay, we don't know how many seats Republicans will win, how many Senate seats and how many governorships that, Republicans will win, but it's sure to be a lot. Okay, we're also going to look at the Hispanics trend, which again, the Democrats don't want to, talk about this because the Hispanics are going away from the Democratic Party. Okay? And one state in particular, you might think, oh, boo, that's never going to flip, is New Mexico. Okay? I don't think New Mexico will stay in the Democratic column much longer. Why? Well, I'm going to tell you why. The energy crisis, okay? New Mexico's economy is 99% dependent on oil. It's an oil state, okay? And the only reason why the state votes blue is because of the demography of the state. But even then, because of the Hispanic trends towards Republicans, the demography of the state will not be very favorable to Democrats anymore. They will not. And of course, you'll have a lot of these, Hispanics, which especially in the southern part of the state, are very similar to the people in the south part of Texas. They're not going to be voting, especially with the border crisis as well. Okay, they might still vote Democrat in 2024 by like 2 points, but post 2028, it's gonna flip. Okay, it's gonna flip. Okay, Arizona, as I think Arizona's gonna be a swing state, but Nevada is the same boat. Okay, Nevada is flipping. Okay, Nevada is gonna probably become a safe red state by 2046. Okay, I'm using 2046 because that's 10 years. Okay, it's gonna probably vote lean to right, likely Republican or even safe Republican. Okay, Trump is making the state red. Okay, I think Las Vegas will probably will be the second major metropolitan area to vote red besides Miami-Dade. Okay, and Tampa Bay as well. It will be like the third major one. And maybe you might see some cities in Texas. Like of course, you have a lot of small metros. You have Oklahoma City. You have Boise, Idaho. But I think we might see some reversion in some of these cities. Okay, we may, especially in the southeast, not California. California. Okay, I'm sorry, the Bursty Borough, California is not turning red anytime soon. And no, not that terrible movie that was made by Disney. Okay, the only state where at least two states left that I think are gonna probably flip to have a chance of flipping. First is Arizona. Okay, I don't know who's gonna win the governorship, but it's most likely going to be Kerry Lake. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what's about compared to Mastriano and DeSantis, but he's basically an actual Trumpian conservative, which basically means, yep, you're gonna have another state that might become perma-red in the future. So I think Arizona and Pennsylvania will become Florida and Ohio 2.0. And Ohio doesn't even have a good governor either. Ohio is just because of trends. Okay, same thing with Iowa and Wisconsin. Okay, the last one's Michigan. Okay, Michigan's a strange state. Okay, we all know Michigan's a strange state. It might be like the one state where just, we're just gonna vote whoever wins. Okay, the election. Okay, in Arizona, that's a big question mark as now. But even then, okay, even based off Hispanic trends. Okay, but if the Hispanic trends happen in South Texas, New Mexico, and Nevada continue, Arizona's flipping red anyways. Okay, Colorado. Okay, Colorado is basically just California 2.0. That's not flipping blue, red. Okay, you're gonna have all these red states, and you have to it's like one. It's gonna be like Illinois. Okay, Illinois is surrounded by red states. Okay, it'll be the same thing with Colorado as well, and same thing with Georgia. Okay, states that are completely surrounded by red states, and again, Michigan will probably will flip red as well for the next decade. So yeah, you have 301 votes. You have 301 viral, and then it means formerly safe blue states like Minnesota. You have Georgia. I think Georgia will be a swing state, but Georgia, Virginia, and all of these other states. Like, I think the 2024 election will probably be, if we're gonna use the 2008 elections as you're gonna have some outlier states. Okay, some states that are known as safe red states vote for, Obama. You can have some safe blue states. Okay, like Georgia will probably still stay in the Republican, but you even have places like Virginia. I think the most likely one is Virginia, and probably not Maryland, probably Minnesota. With the two states that were perceived as now safe blue states, and yeah, 2024, it's gonna be very, very similar to 2008's map. Okay, in 2008, you saw Indiana, which was a red state, and North Carolina vote for Indiana. Nebraska second is probably flipping as well. And we'll probably get New Hampshire because of the war in Ukraine, because New Hampshire's anti-war, and they Maine at large as well. So it would be very, very similar to this one as well, where Obama got 365. Whoever's the Republican will probably get 347 electoral votes, or probably win all of these states. Probably maybe even win like Oregon, but I don't think they're going to win Oregon or Colorado. Probably might win Connecticut or something like that. Some like, random state. I'm going to put Connecticut. Some random state like Connecticut. They're gonna probably somehow win this. They're gonna probably, somehow win. Have that one outlier. But I think, Virginia and Minnesota is enough. Yeah, they could probably win, Maine second. And you can look at the election map before. Okay, Bush won all these states. Okay, Bush didn't win the three Rust Belt states, but Bush won basically the central, won most of these states, and he won 286 electoral votes. Okay, in 2000, it was also pretty close as well. Yeah. Well, it's basically, it's going to be very similar to Obama's landslide, if anything. Wow, Ross Perot actually won 0 electoral votes. That's depressing. And he didn't even win a single state. But yeah, I don't think we're going to see a map like this for Republicans anytime soon where they want like 426 votes. I think a 400 vote for any candidate. Okay. Okay, I don't think a 400 vote victory is possible. Okay. The tales that probably will tell you it will be, but it's not gonna happen. Okay, it's not gonna happen. Oh yeah, New Hampshire should be red. I think Republicans will probably win like around 347 electoral votes. And again, in 2020, I think these two states will probably flip back. Okay, they're gonna probably vote Republican like once. Kind of like how Indiana and North Carolina voted for Obama. Okay, and that's basically about this video. Goodbye.